Plaintiff Stephanie Russell was friends with the defendant, and her children took a liking to Stephanie. Stephanie claims she helped with the defendant's children because the defendant is a struggling single mother who sells her food stamps to pay rent. She's suing because the defendant agreed to pay for her damaged computer. Defendant Jamila Lewis says Stephanie is nothing but a bully with an attitude problem. Jamila claims Stephanie has problems with everyone and was even escorted out of her children's school by the police for fighting with staff members. Jamila refuses to pay for Stephanie's computer.
Start with you.
Yes, sir. I met Jamila through her children. Our children had attended elementary school maybe 5 years ago. The children called me auntie. I'd taken a liking to the children, would come over. At which time Jamila used to work in the evening, and she's a single mother. She sold her food stamps so she could pay her rent. So I would
How do you know
feed the
that?
children. How did I know that?
Yes, ma'am.
I was present when she sold them.
Okay, once or all the time?
She was selling basically every month so she can pay her rent.
And you've been present every time?
Not every time like present, but either we'll have the phone discussion or we'll either be sitting
Okay,
here.
you sell your food stamps for rent every
No,
time?
I don't.
All right, so you deny what she's saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay, she
Yeah.
said she doesn't, and you said she just tells you every month? She said, I got my food stamps again, I'm headed to pay rent.
No, sir, it didn't go like that.
Tell me how it went.
We would be bringing our children to come to school. I even asked her at times if I could purchase.
No, every month you said you would see, she would tell you, I sold my stamps this month for rent.
No, because that was the way she had to make up her rent because she was
That's
working.
your assumption. Now, did she
No,
tell you?
Yes, she
Ma'am,
told me, sir.
Every month?
Yes, sir, because that was the
See,
way.
I think you're lying. She said she didn't do it, and I don't believe she does either. What else you want me to know?
Okay, and also, sir, to go on along with that, I also have the text messages with her and I because she receives her food stamps on the 8th.
Ma'am, text messages about what?
The text messages about her giving me $100 of food stamps.
Okay,
to compensate
now
the
that's about
$50
you, not
because-
about, be quiet when I talk.
Yes,
That's
sir.
about you. That's not about her selling to people every month to pay her rent. Go ahead, let me hear some background, ma'am.
Well, I met Miss Russell with my kids about 5 years ago.
How often would you see her?
Well, she lives behind me in my mom's house. So I see her at the school when I'm dropping them off or whatever have you. She's just a bully with an attitude problem.
Defendant Jamila Lewis was friends with the plaintiff, and she claims the plaintiff is nothing but a bully with an attitude problem.
What else you want me to know about her and your association with her?
Well, I have 3 things that I went through with her. Besides this one is the 4th.
What?
Well, the first one is I was with my best friend at a club one night, and I seen her. She was intoxicated, so I took her by the arm and was like, come on.
She's a drunk?
I wouldn't say a drunk,
Oh,
but she was
okay, so you're
intoxicated.
nice.
Pills and
You
drinking
don't
beer, honey,
characterize
first thing in
her
the morning.
in a defaming way, so you're nice. Go ahead.
But she was
drunk
intoxicated.
that night.
Well, yeah, she was intoxicated, so.
Okay, drunk.
She wanted, okay.
See how nice she is? Go ahead.
But I walked around with her to make sure she was okay, but she was walking around bumping people, and I'm just like, stop doing that because you're gonna have somebody in here fighting. You're doing that for no reason. That's the first thing. The second thing was she had people outside of her house trying to fight her. I don't know what happened with that incident, but they was out front. It was 5 guys, but they were gay.
Huh?
They were gay.
They
guys.
were a gang?
Gay guys.
Oh, okay. What's
They
that
were
have
trying
do
to
with
fight
it?
her. The third incident was her daughter was at school. She went to the school to approach her daughter. Her daughter had took some of her rent money. Once she got there, she got into it with the staff, so she got escorted off the premises by the police, and they told her,
Right, like she
From
was
now
about
on,
to
when
get escorted out of here by Doyle with her contemptuous way of responding. Uh-huh.
so once they got there, they escorted her off the premises.
All right, you tell me why you're suing her. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, I am suing her because on March the 15th, myself, as usual, her children would spend the weekend at my house. The weekend of March the 15th, her children were at my house. On March the 15th, I attended my best friend's cabaret. Her children were there. On the 16th, my daughter's laptop became broken. I don't know who done it. I know the children were, all 4 of our children were present, and $282. She was to pay half of the, she was to pay $130 of that. We made an agreement that she was going to pay it on the 15th. She came to my house with unemployment papers stating that the unemployment, but she got a repayment for unemployment because she was working part-time and didn't report those earnings. So in turn, what happened was she had made the agreement to pay me the $65.
She trying to get you in trouble with the government all she can, right? Here you protecting her. You're not even calling her the drunk that she was that night. And this is the second time she's trying to get you in trouble with the government. But I'm not going to believe it. Ma'am, let's move on to her agreeing to pay and failing to do so.
I have the
She
text
agreed to pay
messages,
you
sir.
how much? $130?
$130,
And she has failed to do so?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good, ma'am. What do you want to tell me about that?
Well, I did text her and told her if my kids broke it, I didn't mind paying for it. But once I talked to my kids and they said that they didn't break it, we went back and forth with text messages. We also talked on the phone. I also went around her house to let her know what my kids said they didn't do. She was like, well, your kids was there. So I'm just like, okay, they was there.
Well, she
but
just said she don't know who did it, so we know that. Did you want me to see the text?
Yes, sir, I do.
Let's see that.
Thank you.
The text. You gave her a
Yes,
few
ma'am.
pages, just the text, ma'am. Circle that or put a star by it. The one that says, I'll pay you $130. That's the
It's
one I want to
highlighted,
see.
Your Honor.
Pardon me?
There's a bunch of highlights. Just make a check.
Yeah, there's a
So
bunch
he
of
said make
highlights,
the
man.
X where she agreed to make the payment.
Okay, I don't want to see the highlights about the government.
No, sir, I'm
Yeah, I
not.
got all that, man. We got it. Then she said, I thought long and hard about this, and I'm not going to get pressured to pay for something my kids say they didn't break. Her kids told her they didn't break, and as she said, she wanted to talk to her kids first. And as you said, there were 4 kids there. And
No.
as you said, ma'am, you said it. You said it. You said, I don't know who did
Yes, sir.
it. So you can't sue her if you don't know who did it. Have a good day. Claim is dismissed.
I'm just glad it's over. That's it.